Welcome back to Sawyer Ridge Farm. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Alex. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys our storm shelter. A lot of people have been asking if we have a storm shelter on our property, and we do. And today we're going to be showing you guys inside of it, what we keep in there to be prepared for tornado season. We're in tornado season right now, so you always got to be prepared for a tornado to come by. So we keep some things down in there. We're going to show you guys what we keep to be prepared. So that's what we're going to get into today. Let's go see what we got.
All right, so there's a lot of debate, some people call these storm shelters, bunkers, cellars. You know, you may be asking yourself, what are they? Are they actually a bunker? Are they a storm cellar? Like, what are they? Well, we're kind of going to show you the difference between a storm shelter and a bunker. Okay, so here we go. So this is a storm shelter. It is now a bunker. It has protected me from explosions. So this is now a bunker, y'all. Alright, so that was just a little fun thing to do. You can call these whatever you want. It don't matter. Storm shelter, bunker. I actually kind of like bunker a lot better. Just kind of sounds cooler. So, you know, keeping it Dutch, I think I like it. Calling it a bunker. But yeah, like we said, it's just a little fun thing to do. But right now, seriously, we're going to go down in here and we're going to just show you some of the stuff that we carry in here, and maybe some things that you may have not thought about really, just because of, you know, you may not think of being in here very long or something like that. But let's go down in here and hopefully y'all take something good from this video. Alright, so we're down here in the bunker. If it's kind of echoing, sorry about that, but it's just kind of better to film down in here. This isn't a very big bunker. It's about 7.5 feet, 5.5 I think wide, and it's about 6'3". I barely got to squat down just a little bit because I'm about 6'4". But so some of the stuff we got in here, I'll just show you over here in the corner. We got 2 chairs, metal chairs. And we got a little stool over here. I'm sitting on a chair. Okay, you want a decent amount of places to sit when you're down here. Now we have used this multiple times. We have had, the most we've had in here, I believe, is 5 adults and 2 kids in here. And you know, I'll sit up on the stairs, and then we have these chairs in here people get to sit on and everything. So one thing is you want a decent amount of sitting space. Okay. Now another thing is when you're down here, it's going to be very, very dark, because usually tornadoes, for some reason, always happen at night. So it's always usually going to be dark. So what we do here for light, got my old-fashioned Marine Corps issued moonbeam. It doesn't put off a whole lot of light, but it's still light in this small area. So we got this source for light. And then we have this thing. It's just a little light bulb that is actually solar powered. Okay. We don't actually have this outside hanging up on something just because of the seals and everything like that. But what we like to do is we'll put this just outside for a day. It'll charge, and I think this light bulb holds a charge for like 12 hours or something like that, the battery inside of it. It's actually pretty cheap. I believe we got these on Amazon. We'll put them in a link down below if you all are interested. They're pretty cheap from whenever we bought them, but it's pretty nice. Just a little solar. We actually have this in our chicken coop. It's the exact same one. We might be picking up a couple more of these because they're pretty handy. So, and they put off a pretty decent amount of light. So we got this for light also. So some other things, we got these 2 buckets here. Now another thing good with buckets, say you like chairs, if we didn't have chairs in here, I'd have a lot of buckets. And it all depends on what you want to put in here, okay? So just whatever we do, just kind of think of that, and you guys can add stuff to yourself, because you never know what your family specifically is going to need. So these buckets, they're also going to be used for sitting on, okay? These are going to be chairs also. Now what we have in the buckets right now, so this one right here, we just have some graham crackers, because Alex really likes graham crackers. So we got these, and then this one is just full of water. Now, you always gotta think of you're going to be in here. You possibly could be in here for a while. I know usually tornadoes go by and you're in here for an hour, maybe a couple, at max. But what if a tree falls? If your house gets taken and a tree falls on your door, you could be in here for a couple days. And I'll tell you some other stuff that you can do if that happens. But so you want to have a decent amount of water, however many you think people are going to be in here, just enough to probably survive for a couple of days. And to tell you some other stuff these buckets are good for. So in this bucket, like I said, it's another seat, all right? Now, we have 2 rolls of toilet paper, and we have some it's more like sawdust, just a little bit of shavings. It's not flakes, it's shavings. And you're going to be wondering, what are you using that for? So guys, like I said, if a tree falls on this door and we can't get out and it takes either responders a couple days or maybe our family takes a couple days for them to come over here, you may have to use the restroom in here. Now, as bad as that sounds, it is, but it is the reality. And I think a lot of people with storm shelters, bunkers, I don't think they think about this a whole lot because they just think I'm going to be in there for an hour or two and be fine. But if the worst comes to worst, if a tree falls on here and you're going to be in here for a while, you're going to probably have to use the restroom, especially if you're drinking water and stuff like that, and you're not going to want to do that in a corner in here because you're going to have to go. So as nasty and kind of bad as it sounds, it's better to have a couple buckets in here for you to do this. And so what the kind of combination is we would, if we had to use this, we would take all the water out of this bucket, okay? And this would be our toilet, latrine, whatever you want to call it. That's what this bucket would be used for, okay? With the water taken out, we have our toilet paper in here, and then the kind of sawdust, the shavings, is what we're going to put in there to absorb up the urine or whatever fecal matter you have to take that smell away. Now we'll have a lid and everything, but you're going to want to put that in there because this is a very confined place and you don't want to smell that for a couple days. So we have 1 full bucket of the shavings, and make sure you get shavings or just actual sawdust. You can use flakes, but it doesn't absorb as much, and it won't keep the smell down as much as the shavings or the dust. It works a little bit better. So that's what these buckets are used for. You can use them for storage and seating and your toilet. So that's a good thing for buckets to have inside of your bunker. So we got another thing here is just a regular cooler. This is just one that we weren't using. We just put it down here. This also is used as a seat. As you can tell, a lot of these stuff is just a seat because you're going to be sitting down here for a while, okay? So you can use this as a seat. And then also in here we have some little snacks to kind of get you through a little bit of stuff. I'll just kind of show you. Got some Chex Mix, some protein bars, and just some kind of mix, some crackers, and we put these little gummies in here. Now guys, some things you gotta think about with your family specifically. If say you have elderly people and they need maybe medicines, or if you have a kid that's maybe a diabetic, that's one reason why we kind of kept these kind of sugary type stuff in here. In case for people that are diabetic, because we don't know exactly who comes in here. Like we have our neighbors that we know, and we don't know exactly their medical history or whatever. So we have people in here, and if something happens while we're down in here, it's just good to have some of this stuff to use for those kind of medical situations. If they're allergic to something, if you have a family member that's allergic to something, they need like an EpiPen. It may be a good idea to have an EpiPen down here, or maybe you have a bag inside that you grab. But just something to kind of consider with your family with specifics. I don't know everyone's health reasons, but just think of that when you're thinking of your family. And then I have this little pill bottle that I keep a lighter. Never go wrong with a lighter. I just like to have it in here because this is also another light source that you can use. For whatever reason those two go down, we got this to just look around for a little bit. One main thing is you just want a lot of light sources when you're down here because it's going to be dark a lot. So that's kind of what we have in this little thing right here. Then we just have a can opener because we just have a can opener in here. Got some more bottled water. And then this is just packed full of these delicious MREs. They're not that good. Some of them are pretty good, but not all of them. But if you're down here, food's gonna be food, so it don't matter what it is. We got probably 10 or so in here. You know, just enough. You know, we're not gonna be down here for a month or anything like that, but just something that you could be somewhat comfortable for, you know, maybe a few days before somebody could probably get to you, okay? That's the main thing you got to think about, just something for a few days. All right, so another thing to consider, here on the steps, when we first moved in here, these steps did not have this little piece right here. What this is you want to put this, if you haven't, you probably should. This, it's kind of like a little sticker, but it's like what a skateboard, the top of a skateboard is, the material is. And we put this on here because the first year that we had to get in here, it's always raining. When you open this up, that rain hits that, and let me tell you, when you're hauling down these steps because the tornado's coming, you'll slip very easily. Been there, done that. And especially you know, we have other people coming in here. We have kind of elderly people and people that have, you know, medical issues that can't move very quick. You want this to be as safe as possible, okay? So this is definitely a must that you need to do for your steps if you do not have your steps kind of like this. It's just one of those skateboard kind of sticker things you stick over there to give you better traction coming down here. Now, one of the last things that we're going to talk about is, like I was telling you, if a tree falls down on the door and you can't get out, or maybe your house, say I don't have any trees around, but what if your house blows over and blows on top of this door, pieces of it? One thing that we are going to try to do, we're going to try to get one, is getting like a bottle jack. If you've never seen one of those, it's just a little jack, a little fat little jack, and it actually jacks up like a trailer house. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it does a lot of weight. So what we're going to try to do is get one and stick it in here and try to get it kind of like a system to where, because this is kind of on an angle, so we got to make it to where it's going to be able to push the door out. So possibly if something does fall in the door, we could get that jack and we could jack it and where it would open the door, because that bottle jack, I mean, it lifts a house. So it would definitely have enough power to lift this door or whatever's on top of it. At least enough crack to maybe where you can slip through. You may not open it up all the way, of course, but just enough where you can slip through and then someone can go get help. We do not have that right now, but we definitely are we're going to get one and put it down here and try to get a system going for that, because I don't like thinking that I have to be in here for 2 days or waiting for somebody. I'd like to try to have at least a system where I could try to get out myself. So hopefully we never have to use it, but guys, it's better to be safe than sorry. When you have your family, you always got to protect them, and you got to just think of all avenues. Don't think of, I'm just going to be here for 30 minutes and that's going to be it, because you could be in here for 30 hours, if not more. So just try to be more on the prepared side of these stormy seasons and stuff. People, you know, if we're hurricanes or whatever type of storms y'all have, just make sure you're prepared for those just for a few days, and it'll help you out a lot, and it'll keep your family protected.
Alright guys, that's where we're going to end this video. We just wanted to show you guys what we keep in our storm shelter or bunker or whatever you want to call it. We always want to be prepared, and we want to share that with someone who maybe they just got a storm shelter and they're not sure what to keep in there, and we might be missing something. So if you guys have, you know, let us know what you keep in your storm shelter. Maybe we're missing something and we need to know about it. So we just wanted to give you guys some ideas of what we keep in ours. In Oklahoma, especially this time of year, you just never know when a storm or something might pop up. You know, we've had some tornadoes already this year, not around here, but it's tornado season for sure.
So if y'all like this video, just hit the like button. You got any questions or you got any advice for us, put it down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, we ask you to please subscribe, and always hit that bell for notifications after you subscribe, because then you get notified of our newest videos and you'll be the first ones to watch them. But guys, take care and God bless.
God bless.
It's another seat. When you open it up here, I just broke that.